Oh, Kate, you were fabulous in this movie, my God.
Oh, thank
Okay,
you. I love it when the Americans come in, can I just
Canadian,
say?
excuse me.
Canadians
I am
come
Canadian.
in.
We're almost cousins, you know.
Canadians. I know,
Yeah,
I know.
we are.
Yeah.
Wow, was this a scary one for you?
I think it was scary for all of us. Look, acting on the whole tends to be a pretty terrifying profession because if you get it wrong, then everyone knows about it. It was a really intimidating project for us all, really, because it was a huge script. It was 187 pages long, and within that, we really had to invent how to tell this story, because one thing that Aaron doesn't do is he doesn't force stage directions on his actors and his director. So we were very lucky to have Danny Boyle, who really created a collaborative environment in the rehearsal room in which we could all contribute something. And between us all, we decided whether we would, will we do these scenes sitting on a carpet, will we be walking down a corridor, will we be just standing stationary in a corner of a, backstage area. And so we all really sort of contributed to how it would come across, but yes, it was a lot. It was a big deal for Michael, obviously, more than anybody, and for me, playing the character of Joanna Hoffman, who was a Polish-Armenian woman who'd come to America as a teenager, so the dialect alone was quite challenging. But also playing a woman in that type of an environment took quite a lot of preparation just in and of itself, because I don't know anything about that world and I'm not very techie. Actually, I'm disastrous with gadgets and computers. I don't even have a computer, thank God. But I wanted to make sure as well that I was honouring the essence of the real relationship that Joanna Hoffman had with Steve Jobs, which was based largely on friendship and mutual respect.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Yeah, working with Fassbender. I mean, just tell me about that. Wow.
Working with Michael, God. Well, this project was so irresistible to me because it was the combination of Michael Fassbender, Danny Boyle, Aaron Sorkin. I also knew that Jeff Daniels might be in it at that point, shooting in some of the real locations in San Francisco, written in 3 acts. I mean, there was every single thing about this. Like, I had to invent new boxes to be able to tick. It was that great. And working with Michael was so much more than I think I could ever have imagined it would be, simply because he's such a great guy, and he's really very, very funny, and totally real about this process. He wasn't pretending to be unafraid of playing Steve Jobs, and the amount of work that he had to do just to get through every day and learning that amount of dialogue was also extremely challenging. And not just learning it, but not making any mistakes. That was the other thing that, of course, we all had to try not to do. But it was just incredible. I mean, his focus, his commitment and dedication was really something. And, I watched this film and I feel just so incredibly proud of him. I really do, because I know how hard he worked. Like, none of it's by chance or pretend. He's earned every moment of what he does on that screen.
How important to you is a statement, you can be decent and gifted at the same time?
You can be decent, and it's a great line, that, isn't it? You can be decent and gifted at the same time, but it's absolutely true. I mean, you take someone like, he's actually now a family member of mine, but you look at someone like Richard Branson, he's gifted in terms of his generosity and in terms of his entrepreneurial skills, and he's such a decent man. He's one of the most wonderful men I know. So, yes, I mean, it's not always necessarily the case, but yes, you should be decent. Absolutely. If you're gifted.
Absolutely. As you are, as you've proved to us time and time again. Kate, you're so fabulous.
Thank you.
You're amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank
Always
you.
wonderful talking to you.